Hey man, sorry this is a bit late. I had some issue getting the video together. The app wasn't being great. The 405 in the first week felt really good, and then I went right into some doubles at 365, and they weren't bad at all. Like, they felt fine. I think my issue with depth was not using my hips enough, and now that I kind of figured out a cue for that, which I'll get into a little later in the video, um, it seems to be working really well. So that's an easy fix. That kind of took me by surprise. Bench just felt pretty bad. I brought that up to you already, so I don't gotta like tell you that. So this week was 285. This is the single. It was a little slower than the 8 maybe. Maybe I'm being hard on myself. And then just I did a bunch of sets of 6. That's a warm up I did, I believe. Oh please, God. Yeah, this video editor kind of sucks. I think it accidentally puts in the same clips over and over again. Well, anyway, so here's some of the rep sets. They went really nicely. Here's a squat from with the hip cue I'm talking about. So you can see my knees are way more out. All I was really doing is focusing on pushing the knees out on the bottom, and this kind of started a whole cascade that led to me realizing I wasn't spreading the floor as much, and now my squat feels much stronger. And that was only this like that week. I came up with another pretty great cue. Wouldn't come up with one. I bumped into it. My bench felt good here. The bar path looks really nice. So I don't know what's happening with the heavier weights. It's been kind of confusing. Here's the other angle. You can see it's good. Well, anyway, the deadlift was fine. Like, positioning I was kind of overthinking, but it moved really well. It was 415. And then based on how these deadlifts are moving, I still have no idea why the mock meet didn't go great. Like, that one was great. Well, anyway, here's the opener in the squat. It was like 375, I believe, or 395. Moved really nicely. You see knees didn't cave at all, which used to be a huge issue. Here's a PR. It's 435. It could have been 440. We both are bad at math. Depth is maybe a little questionable, but I think I would have gotten it anyway. But I look really lean. That's all that really matters, right? Here's a 445 that I failed. It looks like I kind of just gave up with it, or just started collapsing on me, which kind of sucked. That's alright, we'll get it next time. So bench, I actually goofed the warm-ups. I did 2 reds, which turned out to be like 265 instead of, I thought it was like 225. So this is like, I believe 275 that I wound up doing. I have it right in front of me. Yeah, that was 285 on the bench actually. 290 was a miss. I don't know why bench kind of shit the bed, but that's okay. Bench doesn't matter anyway. So at this gym, I was a little rushed towards the end. So on deadlifting, I did my usual warm up, but this is like equivalent to like 507, I think. I didn't even like move past the knee. I just kind of windmilled it. So I actually drove to my other gym 20 minutes away to try to pull on a hometown advantage. And this is 475. And this is usually cake for me. And today it was just terrible feeling. Didn't look bad, it just felt heavy. So I tried 505 after that, which was one of the conservative thirds from the calculation you gave me. Nope, not there. So I started the week over like we planned. Here's a 405 squat, looking butter. No knee cave at all. Here's another angle of the first drop set. I'm really liking the way it's looking. I think this day I went a little wider by accident. I kind of defaulted back to the shoulder width stance with the same hip cue, and it turned out to be money. I think wound up doing a 3-2-1 on the RPEs this day, which means like I think we got the most out of me on squats that we were going to. Here's the triple, I believe. Might be a little out of way. Yes, triple. So as you can see, it looks really stable, which is like rare for me on squats, so I was stoked on it. Ooh, the rack. Rip. Bench felt okay. It's only 275, so it's actually 10 pounds lighter than the week beforehand, and it moved a little worse than 285, but that's okay. So I know you wanted me to check in, So as far as lifts go, my squat went up like 5 or 10 pounds on all time. My bench went down about 20 all time, and my deadlift went up 5. And while that is progress, because I'm 10 pounds body weight lighter, you did tell me to let you know about that, because, quote, we have to fix that. So I'm kind of excited to see how you'll fix a block that seems productive on paper besides bench. Well, on the squat, I found a new way of getting my back a little tighter, which made my rack position, which is always felt really bad for me, fantastic, and it took away a lot of the tendonitis, and it was just amazing. But it was also really light, so maybe it won't be amazing when we get heavier. But bench felt good here. This is 245. Good little ego boost. Womp. Then again, like 2 years ago, I couldn't even bench that for one, so progress. On the deadlift this day, I got in my head, aka, as you said before, like freaked myself out a bit, and I wound up squatting down to the bar for no reason. I don't usually do that, but I just felt like it would get me more upright. And this is 405, and like the second I started moving it, it was crap. And after this lift, I was kind of like, you know what? Let's just go back to the way things were, because it was working. So here's a test from yesterday. This is 405 with positioning looking muddy. I was supinating my foot and getting my shoulders behind the bar, as well as bracing a little harder and pulling the slack out. So this is the opener, I guess, 455. Moved really well. Lockout, a little sticky like usual. That's okay. This is 485. Yeah, 470. Yeah, this is 480 on the dot. I was like the only person in the gym, like went here after walking around all day, dehydrated, and it moved way better than the week beforehand had. And I wound up at 505. And based on the first time we hit it, it was way easier. So that we matched my best deadlift ever, which is nice. But it was in the same block, so that's cool. I tried 515, and you can tell me what happened here, because I don't really know what I did. So setup was exactly the same, only listening to chilled music, like no emotions attached at all. My positioning looks better than the first two sets, and then just right here, it's kind of like lost it. It's almost like I gave up, or maybe I lost balance. I'm not too sure. Diet-wise, I feel like I was pretty on. I was on the higher end of calories, things like less alcohol, better sleep than usual. So maybe this was like